Oh, let me tell you a cool dream that just popped in my head.
Yeah.
That was it was more of a warning for my dad. You talk about your dad. So there was very few times I saw him choke up,
Mm.
and he was telling the story and he choked up. And when I was in high school, he had a massive heart attack and he survived it. But the night before the heart attack, he traveled a lot. So in the dream, he went to the airport to get on a flight for business. And then he said when he went to the gate, they led him to a line of trucks, pickup trucks. And he just instinctively knew to jump in to one of the beds of a pickup truck. That was his seat. So he said he threw his briefcase over and he climbed over. And as he sat down, his dad, who's had since passed, opened up from the cab and said, "Are you ready to go home, son?" And he said once he jumped in the back of the cab, he was a little boy again.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And then woke up. And that was the night before his heart attack. And of course, at the time, he just was kind of freaked out. But then after he almost died, he understood.
I don't know. I can't imagine from your dad's perspective, like as a man having that dream experience and then ever going to sleep again after that.
Right.
I think it would be like, I never want to dream again, right? Because wow.
So I will never forget that dream. And it just popped in my head as you said that. Like, I remember him having that dream, and and in his, I'm sure it was it was prophetic, but it wasn't. I mean, I think he woke up before he gave an answer.
Yeah. And when you first, I was kind of thinking this too when we were just talking, but it doesn't matter. It'll come up later, I'm sure. But when you experience something mystical, it's not mystical at the time.
Right.
At the time you experience it, it doesn't seem extraordinary or maybe, certain things probably do, but even like I was in session with somebody the other day and she was telling me that she was walking through the woods and contemplating some things, and she basically, what she described as experiencing a rebirth, like she went back to her moment of birth and had this profound emotional connection with her mother at the time, and but she just told it to me like, I was thinking and then this happened, and I'm like, hang on, are you telling, so what you're telling me, what you're describing is like re-experiencing your birth while you were on a walk through the woods? Just like, yeah. And I'm like, do you hear how significant that sounds? Like how profound, what a mystical moment that is. Like, and for her it was just this like, and then this thought popped up, and then I was suddenly standing beside my mother as she was giving birth to me, and then this, and then this, and I'm like, that's huge. But we don't think that it's mystical.
Two things come to mind when you said that. Because when we don't express, so in that case, we don't express it, we don't understand the significance. But our mind works differently when it's something insignificant. We think without talking to anybody that it's so significant until we express it and realize, oh, that wasn't as big of a deal as I thought. So it's weird how
happens both ways.
Ourselves. And then the other thought I had, which I lost, and let me get it back, was the fact that my father, because I believe he abruptly woke up when his father showed up and asked him if he's ready to go home. So I don't think my father answered him, right? Which shows that he obviously wasn't, because he survived the next day. But the other thing too is, if it's a mystical experience, if it's a prophetic experience, even in his deepest relaxed mode, it stunned him to the point of waking up, which is why I think that we don't understand that we can't handle if it happened in our waking life. I think the reason we don't get visited by people and we don't get communicated with is because we can't handle it. I don't think we're given the energy to where I think I've said it before, because I've had some odd experiences in my homes in the past. I think when I was, energetically ready to receive something odd, But I have said many times, like, if there are spirits here, please do not contact me in the night. Like, I can't handle it.
Mhm.
Don't. Like, I
Right.
can't,
Right.
don't come to me at night.
Right.
And I think that's probably the only time that people usually have those experiences is because you're relaxed and the energy's down and the lights are
Mhm.
out and, you know, like,
Mhm.
but I just think that, yeah, we can't handle it.
There was this story of this a dear friend of mine who she was one of the first people that showed up to my very first dream group experience, and she and I've been friends for a long time. She is a devout religious person. Like she gets up and she reads the Bible for an hour every morning and she prays and she anyway, blah blah blah. She's very mystical.
Well, she
But
starts her day by centering herself, right? Yeah.
oh my God, she's amazing. Yeah. But she had this encounter one time when she was meditating where she started to smell gardenias and she like felt this urge or sense to go out into the garden in her backyard. And so she went out into the garden and a statue of Mother Mary shows up. So not a physical statue, but in her prayer space, in her imagination, she's sitting and here shows a statue. And she said, "Why are you a statue? Like, if you're going to show up in my vision, why are you a statue?" And Mother Mary said to her, "Because that's as real as you'll let me be to you."
Whoa. We can't handle it. I'm telling you, I just imagine us, you know, think of the images in cartoons where somebody's in the dark and they light a match and there's all these animals or all these faces around them. I
Yes.
feel like that's like we truly have people, we're in a crowd. Like I feel
Yeah.
like we're in a crowd of spirits,
They're everywhere. Yeah.
but we can't handle it.